Indian Penal Code. This law was implemented in 1860. And in this IPC, what we discuss, definition of crime and punishment of crime. So what we discuss in IPC, any definition and any punishment, this comes under a very, very important law. This is known as IPC. Total number of IPC, we have 511. 511 IPC we have. And my dear friend, in this chapter, I will tell you all the important tricks to remember IPC. So, criminal responsibility or criminal liability. Now, first is 82 IPC. What 82 IPC says? A child below 7 years of age, a child below 7 years of age is not punishable for any crime. Not punishable for any crime. It means child below 7 years of age is not liable for any crime. No punishment. So what is the minimum age of criminal responsibility? One thing is clear. The minimum age of criminal responsibility is 7 years. Below 7 years, no one is punishable in India. According to Railway Act, this is 5 years. But this is a different thing. According to IPC, the minimum age of criminal responsibility is 7 years. 7 साल से कम उम्र वाला बच्चा criminal नहीं हो सकता. Now, I'm just adding one more important highlighted word. What is the minimum age of full criminal responsibility? The minimum age of full criminal responsibility, it would be 18 years. Why this one? Because I already discussed, my dear friend, there is a word which is known as juvenile. Juvenile is any child below 18, and juvenile gets advantage of Juvenile Justice Act. That's why two different MCQ. What is the minimum age of criminal responsibility? That is 7 years. And what is the minimum age of full criminal responsibility? That is 18 years. Below 18, full criminal responsible, it is 18. It means above 18, you will be responsible fully for the crime because you will get the advantage of being juvenile. Okay, two different words. Now, sir, I have discussed 82 IPC. The second one is 83 IPC. What 83 IPC says? This says a child between 7 to 12 years of age can be punishable or can be liable for the crime. It depends on mental maturity. It depends on mental maturity. And my dear friend, mental maturity has to be decided by court. Mental maturity has to be decided by court. If the court decides that child is mature enough to commit the crime, between 7 to 12, he can be responsible or he can be liable for the crime. है ना? इसका मतलब below 7, no one is criminal. Between 7 to 12, you can be liable, depends on the mental maturity. It is determined by court of law. It is determined by court of law. So this is 83 IPC. Very simple. 82, 83. 82 says below 7, no one is responsible. 83 says between 7 to 12, mental maturity has to be decided. Both easier. Now I am telling you one trick for 84, 85 and 86. The trick is everything is starting with I. Criminal responsibility of I for insane, I for intoxication, I for insane, I for intoxication. Again, the last I is also I for intoxication. So that's a very simple trick. I. Now, if insane commits the crime, insane is not responsible or not liable for the crime. Not responsible. I have written a word, not responsible. Because according to 84 IPC, the insane has unsound mind. So in unsound mind, if you commit the crime, you are not liable or not responsible. That's a very simple trick. First I is done. Second, sir, if intoxication is involuntary, you are not aware, someone mixed a drug or alcohol in your drink or like something, and then you committed the crime. So my dear friend, according to 84 IPC, if the insane commits the crime, insane is not responsible. In involuntary intoxication, if someone commits the crime, again the answer is not liable or not responsible because you are involuntarily intoxicated. But sir, again here I am writing a word voluntary. If voluntary intoxication, मतलब आप अपनी मर्जी से सब कुछ पी रहे हो. You are taking the drug or alcohol with voluntary. So you can remember it is voluntarily drunkenness also. It is also known as voluntarily drunkenness. And after this, if you commit the crime, you will be liable or responsible. So it's a very simple trick. What is the trick? 84, 85 and 86 all are III. Insane, intoxication, which is involuntary, and the second is the last one, 86. You will be responsible if you are voluntarily drunk. So these are some IPC for criminal responsibility. 82, 83, both are related with age. 84, 85 and 86, insane, intoxication and intoxication. Now I am coming to, my dear friend, consent. Actually, sir, consent is a part of a contract, and it is a part of Indian Contract Act. Indian Contract Act. It is a contract between two parties. It's a contract between two parties. So it is a part of Indian Contract Act. Consent is a part of Indian Contract Act. And I'll discuss few IPC, 87, 88, 89 and 80, 90 and 92 IPC related with consent. The first is 87. Now, my dear friend, in 87, what you have to remember, the first is a age factor. Sir, here age is 18 year. 18 year. Above 18 year of age, you can give consent not intended or not known to be likely to cause death or grievous hurt. If there is no intention, no wrong intention, like you are causing someone's death or you are producing grievous hurt on someone's body, you can give consent. Above 18 year of age, it can be done by consent. Very, very simple, sir. So, intention is clear, not producing grievous hurt or not causing death. Very simple, sir. I am giving example, like two people are playing with sword. Two people are playing with sword with their like consent. This is just a play. They are not producing grievous hurt. They are not producing any hurt, that any kind of death. So they can give consent. Now, you are going for paragliding. You are going for paragliding. You know there may be some danger to the life, but still you can give consent. You can go for the paragliding. But this is 18 year. My dear friend, इसमें कोई भी intention नहीं है to produce the grievous hurt or to cause the death. Very simple. It means, sir, one interpretation I can take from the medicine or a surgery. After 18 year of age, yes, my dear friend, you can give consent for surgery. You can give consent for surgery. The one interpretation we can take. Because there is no intention to produce the grievous hurt, no intention to produce the surgery, death, no intention to produce the death. So this is 87 IPC, and you can give consent, the express consent and implied consent. We'll discuss in consent part. Okay, this is 87. What is 88? Very, very potential word. I am coming to a very, very potential word. What is 88 IPC? Sir, first remember in 87, I told you the age has been mentioned. Here, no age has been mentioned. Now, I am giving first example, then I am going to this. A doctor performs surgery on X. And now, doctor knows this surgery is essential for him or her. उसको मालूम है ये सर्जरी बहुत जरूरी है. But this surgery is done in good faith for person's benefit and not intended to cause death. So again, I am telling you, intention is to produce the good result. कि भाई सर्जरी से इसकी जान बच जाए, to life save. For life saving, for this, the doctor is performing surgery. This is 88 IPC. Here, no age limit, but sir, here consent is done in the good faith for person's benefit. So if the doctor is ready for the surgery, for the good faith of the benefit, this is 88 IPC. Very, very potential word. Okay, my dear friend. So just remember these two. 87, not intended and not likely to cause death or grievous hurt, done by consent. And not intended to cause death, done by consent in good faith of the patient. This is 88 IPC, but here no age limit has been mentioned. Now I am coming to 89 IPC and 90 IPC. Sir, I will tell you, first go for the 90 IPC, then go for the 89 IPC. This is my suggestion. Actually, consent is not valid for these four type of people. Number one, any child below 12 cannot give consent for anything. Child below 12 cannot give consent for anything. Insane cannot give consent for anything. Intoxicated person cannot give consent for anything, and under influence of threat or fear cannot give consent for anything. Means the consent is not valid for 4 person. 4 लोगों की consent valid नहीं होती. Child below 12, insane, intoxicated और under threat or fear. इन मतलब अगर कोई धमकी दे के consent ले रहा है, this consent is not valid. So in these cases, now my dear friend, in these cases 89 IPC says who can give the consent? Good faith of benefit of child or insane person. It is consent given by guardian. It means, sir, in these two cases, consent is given by guardian or anyone who is in lawful charge. Parents who are these can give the consent for the child below 12 and insane person. So these two IPC are related with each other. ये दोनों IPC क्या कहते हैं? Who cannot give the consent? Child below 12, यहाँ age mentioned है. Insane person, इन दोनों को ध्यान रखना. Intoxicated person और any person in the threat and fear इसके अंदर हो. And insane and below 12 को, in these cases who can give the consent? In these cases the guardian or any lawful in charge can give the consent. 89 and 90 are related with each other. Now my dear friend, 92 IPC, the last one. In life-threatening and emergency situation, I am giving a very simple example. In road traffic accident, there is severe bleeding, severe hemorrhage, multiple fracture all over the body. Sir, doctor can start the treatment. Doctor can start the treatment without consent. Doctor can start the treatment without consent. So it is only exception where consent is not needed. Like, sir, it is a life-threatening condition or road traffic accident or emergency situation. This is 92 IPC. Very, very simple, but very, very important one. Now, legal and court procedures, sir. अभी हमने दो चीजें डिस्कस कर ली. But sir, 92 IPC is exception of consent only valid for life-threatening condition or emergency situation. Okay. Now, legal and court procedure. Sir, मैं बहुत simple से तरीके से बता देता हूँ. What is the trick? Sir, first trick is rule of 4 and second trick is also rule of 4. What is the rule of 4? There is a gap of 4. 174 IPC and 178 IPC, there is a gap of 4. And Dr. Saab, 170 plus 4, 178 IPC. Actually, sir, these are the punishment. These are the punishment. 174 IPC is punishment for not attending the summon, disobedience of the summon, not attending the summon. And 178 IPC is not taking oath, refusal of oath. That's a very simple trick, 174 and 178. Done, sir. Now, sir, again, rule of 4, punishment. These all are punishment, okay? Punishment, 193 plus 4, 197. 197 plus 4, 201. What is 193? It is punishment for false or fabricating the evidence. False or fabricating the evidence. 197 is issuing the false certificate. Issuing the false certificate. And 201 is a disappearance of the evidence. थोड़ा सा डिटेल में डिस्कस करते हैं. One is a false or fabricating evidences. Punishment. All three are punishment. All three are punishment. Punishment, punishment, and punishment. Here 193 punishment can be 7 years of punishment. Okay. अब थोड़ा सा डिटेल में डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. We have discussed 193. So here I am writing down 191 and 192 IPC. What is this? I told you the punishment for false or fabricating. Fabricating means changing the evidences. है ना, आपने कुछ line change कर दी. You have changed some line. This is fabrication. Okay. Now, sir, false evidence is defined in 191 IPC and fabricating the evidence is defined in 192 IPC. That's very simple. It means definition is 191 and 192. Punishment is 193. Okay. Issuing the false certificate. Issuing the false certificate. अगर आप issue कर रहे हो false certificate, this is 197 punishment. And my dear friend, you can add one more thing. Using a false certificate. If you are using a false certificate, that is very, very important. That is 198 IPC. Issuing different है और using this different है. Okay, using a false certificate. Now 201 IPC is disappearance of the evidence. What is the meaning of disappearance of the evidence? You are removing the evidence, like you are removing the blood stain from the crime scene. You are removing the blood stain from the crime scene. You are not sending viscera for Toxicological analysis. Toxicological analysis. Now another example. What you do generally? First you do postmortem, and after postmortem you do embalming. Embalming is to preserve the viscera or to preserve the body, not viscera. Embalming is done to preserve the body. But sir, if you do embalming before postmortem, it means you will be punishable under 201 IPC. Embalming before postmortem, you will be punishable under 201 IPC. So doctor, these are the trick I told you for the rule of 4. 174 और 178 के बीच का difference 4 है. 193, 197 and 201, 3 punishment, all the differences are 4. Simple. False evidence is defined and fabricating the evidence is defined under 191 and 192. Sir, false evidence is known as perjury. After taking oath, if you are going for false evidence, it's known as perjury. Now, I have discussed 201 till 201, I have told you. If you want to go in detail, you can remember 202 and 203 IPC. Now, sir, how would you remember? 2 plus 3, 5. That's a trick to remember. 2 plus 3 is 5. F for 5, F for false information. If you are furnishing any false information, it is 205 IPC punishment. Now, 202, intentionally omitting the information. Omission of information. If you are legally bound to inform someone, अगर आपको legally bound हो और आप किसी को inform करना, but if you omit, if you do not inform, this will be 202 IPC. Again, I am telling you, my dear friend, intentionally omitting the information or omission of the information. अगर आप किसी को legally bound हो inform करने के लिए, if you don't inform, in that case, it is a 202 IPC. And sir, false information, it will be 203 IPC. These are the trick. F for false, F for 5, 203, 2 plus 3 is a 5. False information. Omission, intentionally omission of the information, 202 IPC. So this is a very simple trick I have made for few IPC, legal and in court procedure. Negligence causing transmission of the disease. My dear friend, if you transmit some fatal disease and there is a negligence, there are 2 IPC, 269 IPC, 270 IPC. 269 IPC, 270 IPC. My dear friend, by negligence, if you transmit any sexually transmitted disease or HIV, so my dear friend, here I am writing like any fatal disease you are transmitting by negligence, this will be 269 IPC. But sir, if you are transmitting with intention, very, very potential MCQ. If you are transmitting the disease with intention, it will be 270 IPC. अगर आप जानबूझ के ना जैसे HIV spread कर रहे हो, this will be 270, but by negligence, it will be 269 IPC. Very, very important, sir. One thing I already discussed, my dear friend, 228 AIPC. This I discussed in the rape cases. Dr. Sahab, if you disclose the identity of victim, disclose the identity of rape victim, it is punishable under 228 AIPC. Punishment is up to 2 years. This I already discussed in the rape cases, but again I am emphasizing on this point. You can see we are going in a sequence. Okay, so again I am telling you 174 or 178 के बीच का gap 4, 193, 197, 201 gap of 4. Then we can remember 191, 192, 202 and 203. These are some very, very important IPC. Now, Dr. Sir, drug and food safety. Now, sir, how would you remember, sir? I am telling you the trick. Drug has 4 alphabet. Food has 4 alphabet. So just remember the trick. Everyone knows 2 plus 2 is 4. Yes. And 4 is equal to 4. Sir, what is the trick? See, adulteration of food punishment. Food at D is the 4th alphabet. D is the 4th alphabet. D is here. Adulteration is a D. So it is 2 plus 2. It is 2 plus 2. That is 272. 272. Adulteration of food. Selling noxious food intentionally. If you are selling contaminated food, the next IPC related with the contamination. Next IPC related with contamination. If you are mixing some food and adulterated food and you are selling, that will be 273. Simple, sir. Both are the punishment. One is adulteration. How would you remember? Food, 2 plus 2. Now, adulteration of drug intentionally. Again, D, but D here is first. So, D here is first. So, it is 4. So, it is 274. Adulteration of drug intentionally 274. Automatically selling the adulterated drug, automatically it said 275. Automatically the next IPC is related with. So 2 plus 2, 272, adulteration of the food, and 274 again 4, but D comes first. So it is a first is 4. It is 274. It is related with adulteration of drug. Selling 273 and 275. Simple trick. Negligence lead to poisoning, my dear friend. It is punishable under 284 IPC. What is this? I am telling you in a very simple manner. Tell me. Negligence. अब लापरवाही सर कर आपने क्या किया? In the bottle of milk you have put kerosene. In the bottle of milk you have put kerosene, and someone, the child, consumed this as a bottle of milk. This is a negligence leading poisoning. Now, there is a bottle of nitric acid, but you have not put the label nitric acid. Someone has consumed that. This will be 284 IPC. Very simple example I have told you. Homicide, my dear friend. So, Dr. Saab, till 284 we have discussed. Now, homicide. What is the meaning of homicide? Meaning of homicide is killing any human. Killing any human, this is known as homicide. If you are killing human, that's a homicide. Now, my dear friend, I am coming to culpable homicide. Very, very simple, sir. Culpable homicide. For culpable homicide, we have 299 IPC. So, my dear friend, culpable homicide is defined under 299 IPC. 299. 284 तक तो हमने discuss कर लिया. 299. Now, sir, culpable homicide can be of two types. Number one, amounting to murder and not amounting to murder. Culpable homicide is of two types, amounting to murder and not amounting to murder. Doctor itself, it is suggesting amounting to murder is nothing, it is a murder. Amounting to murder is nothing, it's a murder. We'll discuss in detail. And my dear friend, everyone knows that amounting to murder is 300 IPC. Not amounting to murder, this is different IPC, we'll discuss. So amounting to murder is a murder. Not amounting to murder is punishable. Not amounting to murder is punishable under 304 IPC. 304 IPC. So I can say two type of culpable homicide we have. Yes, my dear friend, amounting to murder, which is a murder, it is a 300 IPC. Not amounting to murder, it is punishable under 304 IPC. We'll discuss. Okay. Now, my dear friend, culpable homicide amounting to murder, as I already told you, it's a murder. Culpable homicide amounting to murder, it's a murder. So I told you culpable homicide is defined under 299. Murder is defined under 300. So what is the IPC for murder? Now, sir, what is culpable homicide amounting to murder, which is a murder? You are killing. Now, sir, here the main word I am highlighting, everything is with intention. Everything is with intention. Or you can use a word with knowledge. With intention or with knowledge. It means, sir, you are doing something intentionally. आप जानबूझ के और आपको knowledge है कि इससे वो बंदा मर जाएगा. This you are doing. It is amounting to murder. Culpable homicide. Culpable homicide 299. Simple, sir. Culpable homicide amounting to murder is a 300, which is a murder. Okay. Now, Dr. Saab, act is done with intention. Whatever you are doing, it will cause the death. So, your intention is to kill. Intention to cause the death. I am giving a very simple example. A is firing on B. A is firing on B and B is killed. So, Dr. Saab, if you are firing on B, that means you want to kill. Intention is to kill. With the intention of causing body injury likely to cause death, which is you want to produce those kind of injury which can cause the death. Pehla, intention to cause the death, and body injury which is likely to cause death. Third, with the intention of causing body injury which is sufficient to cause death in ordinary course of nature. तीनों बातें हो गई. You are like you are stabbing someone. You know that this stabbing can cause the death. This injury is, you are intentionally causing that body injury which is sufficient to cause death. And last but not the least, you have the knowledge. You have the knowledge that this act is imminently dangerous to the life. This act, stabbing, is imminently dangerous to the life. Intention is to cause the death. Injury you produce is sufficient to cause death in ordinary course of nature. Injury, you are likely to cause death. And the last, that you are producing or you have the knowledge that this act is imminently dangerous to the life. Your life is in danger because of this act. This is murder, culpable homicide amounting to murder. But sir, when do we say it is not amounting to murder? Sir, act is done causing death if, very, very important sir, if it is done in provocation. मान लो मैं एग्जाम्पल देता हूं. If B abused A, then A fired on B, and then B is killed. My dear friend, it is by provocation. Second, you don't have motive, no intention, but someone is killed because of you. No intention. Dr. Saab, their intention and knowledge were very important. Here, no intention. Self-defense, or it can be judicial hanging. But sir, judicial hanging is a criminal punishment in India. It is not punishable. Because judicial hanging is decided by judiciary. This is given by our courts. So it is not punishable. Remaining will be punishable as a culpable homicide not amounting to murder. And for punishment, 304 IPC comes in action. Here punishment can be 10 years to the life imprisonment. And my dear friend, the punishment of murder, that's a culpable homicide amounting to murder, it will come under 302 IPC, punishment of murder. And here punishment is life imprisonment or death sentence. So, in short, what I can tell you, 299 IPC is a very simple IPC of culpable homicide. 300 is culpable homicide amounting to murder. So, I would say it's a murder. 302 is punishment of murder, very simple, or punishment of culpable homicide amounting to murder. And 304 is punishment of culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Or you can say, because culpable homicide amounting to murder, we use a word murder. हम उसी को murder बोलेंगे. Culpable homicide not amounting to murder, the punishment is 304 IPC. So that is a very, very simple explanation. So that's a very simple explanation. 299 is a culpable homicide. Every culpable homicide. Murder is a culpable homicide. Every murder is a culpable homicide, but every culpable homicide is not a murder. Yes or no, my dear friend? Every murder is a culpable homicide, but every culpable homicide is not a murder because there are few culpable homicide which are not amounting to murder. No motive, no intention, no planning, after provocation, after self-defense. This is culpable homicide not amounting to murder. Punishment, I already told you, 304 IPC. Now, sir, remaining IPC 303 to 309. I am telling you in a simple trick, my dear friend. Now, see 303, 304 and 304B. 303, punishment of murder by life convict. अगर कोई already jail में है, life convict है, and he is doing murder, the punishment of murder, that is life convict, it will be 303. You can remember by C. C is the third alphabet, life convict, C, third alphabet, 303. Now 304A and 304B. How would you remember? A for accident. A for accident. B, you can remember B for bride or bahu. B for bride or bahu. That's a very simple trick, sir. By any rash and negligent act, you causes death. And even, sir, medical negligence comes under the same IPC. Medical negligence comes under the same IPC. The punishment is 2 years plus minus fine. So the trick is very simple. A for accident. By rash and negligent, you are causing death. B for bride or B for bahu. It's a dowry death, my dear friend. For the purpose of dowry, you are killing someone. Here punishment is 7 years to life imprisonment. The trick is very simple, my dear friend. A for accident, B for bride. Now, sir, 305 IPC. How would you remember, sir? I am telling you the trick. A plus B. A is the first alphabet. B is the second alphabet. A plus B both become 3. 1 plus 2, 3. E is the fifth alphabet. So it's a very simple trick. A plus B is equal to 3. E is the fifth alphabet. It is this. This is 305 IPC. It is abetment of suicide by child or insane person. इट इज अबेटमेंट ऑफ सुसाइड बाय चाइल्ड और इनसेन पर्सन। मतलब आप किसी को इतना परेशान, बच्चे को और इनसेन को इतना परेशान कर देते हो, द चाइल्ड एंड इनसेन पर्सन इज मेंटली फ्रस्ट्रेटेड बिकॉज ऑफ योर प्रेशर गेट्स कमिटेड सुसाइड। बच्चा अगर आपके कारण सुसाइड कर लेता है, दिस विल बी 304 आईपीसी, सॉरी 305 आईपीसी। नाउ 306 अबेटमेंट ऑफ सुसाइड फॉर एडल्ट। एडल्ट को अगर आप करते हो, दैट वुड बी 306। दैट्स वेरी सिंपल। 305 एंड 306 बोथ आर रिलेटेड विद अबेटमेंट ऑफ सुसाइड। अबेटमेंट ऑफ सुसाइड, वेरी सिंपल ट्रिक। नाउ सर, अटेम्प्ट, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ अटेम्प्ट सर? Attempt means the person doesn't die, person survived. You wanted to kill person, but the person survived. So attempt to murder is 307 IPC. Attempt to murder. So you can remember ATTEMPT. Attempt has attempt has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Attempt had 7. So it starts with 307. Attempt to murder. So first is attempt to murder. Second is attempt to culpable homicide. CH is culpable homicide. And third is attempt to suicide. Sir, in all these cases, person doesn't die, person survive. These are attempt. But sir, all are punishable. Only attempt of suicide is not punishable. It is not punishable. The reason is, I already told you in the insanity and the chapter psychiatry, that it is presumed to be severe stress. Then you attempt for suicide. So that's why it is not punishable. So if you get a question, which IPC is not punishable? 309 IPC, attempt to suicide. Attempt 7. Later it is starting with 307. 307, 308, 309. Now, criminal abortion, sir. I already told you every trick, very simple trick, my dear friend. Criminal abortion, C is the third alphabet, it is 3. A is the first alphabet, it is 1. B is the second alphabet, it is 2. Criminal abortion, it is a illegal abortion. My dear friend, if it is with the consent of mother, I already discussed this in detail. With consent of mother, it is 312. If it is without consent of mother, you are going for criminal abortion, 313. And if mother death is there because of complication, it will be 314. That's a very simple trick, my dear friend. 312 with consent, without consent, and death of a mother, that is 312, 313, 314. Very simple trick. C, third alphabet, A, B, this I told you. Okay, ये ध्यान रखना। और उसके बाद मैंने ट्रिक भी बताई थी। There was another trick was ABC. C, A, B, 312, 313, 314. ABC, abandoning the child. If any child below 12 years of age you leave at any place, it is abandoning the child. And concealment of birth. That's a very simple trick. Concealment of birth. Okay. There are two more IPC. That is 315 and 316. 315 IPC, child about 28 weeks you are killing. And 316, I already discussed in detail, child about 28 weeks of the gestation you are killing. This is 315. And you want to kill mother. But fetus is killed or child is killed. This is 316. So, Dr. Sahab, you can see till 316 we have discussed everything. So, automatically CAB are from 312 to 316. Automatically abandoning the child, it would be 317. And concealment of birth, it will be 318. So, Dr. Sahab, trick क्या हुई? देखो, you can see. C is the third alphabet, 3, third letter. A, B, 312. 312 to 316 are related with criminal abortion or infanticide. But after this, A, B, C are related. Next, abandoning the child is punishable. Below 12 years of age, if you abandon any child, that will be 317 or 318. You can remember, by 12 ईयर के नीचे वाले बच्चे को आपने अगर अबंडन किया तो उसको है खतरा और आप पे लगेगी 317. दिस इज द पनिशमेंट. ऑल आर द पनिशमेंट, माय डियर फ्रेंड. कंसीलमेंट ऑफ बर्थ 318. Now, my dear friend, in IPC and important law, just remember ILD. What is ILD? Interstitial lung disease? No, no, no. Here it is not interstitial lung disease. I for injury, L for life, and D for death. Dr. Saab, injury is defined under 44 IPC. Yes, my dear friend. Life is equal to 5. Life, 5. 45. Death is 46 IPC. Death is defined in 46 IPC. तो डॉक्टर साहब अगर आपको चौका और चौका लगा, चौका चौका चोट, इट्स इंजरी 44 44. बट चौके के साथ छक्का लग गया, यू आर आउट ऑफ द स्टेडियम. 4 आफ्टर दैट यू हैव 6, इट मींस यू आर आउट ऑफ स्टेडियम, इट इज डेथ. Life is equal to 5. Now डॉक्टर साहब इंजरी, actually sir, injury is any illegal harm. It's not legal. Injury is any illegal harm to 3 component. Number 1 component is body. It means you are illegally you are producing harm to the body. It's an injury. Second, mind. Mental injury is also injury. And third is reputation. BMR. Illegal harm to body. So these 3 components are involved: body, mind, and reputation. And just remember one thing: reputation is a property. So you can add one more thing. It's a property. Injury is any illegal harm to the 4 component. Number 1, body. Number 2, mind. Number 3, reputation. Number 4, property. You are taking away the property. This is also injury. You are insulting someone, harming the reputation. It's an injury. Body or mind, it's an injury. So Dr. Sai, it's a very simple trick. ILD, interstitial lung disease, no, injury, life, and death. 44 IPC, 45 IPC, and this 46 IPC. Now, sir, I am coming to some important word. The body injury is known as hurt. The body injury is known as hurt. We'll discuss in detail. Okay. So, Dr. Saab, till now, 318 we have done. 318 till 318 we have done ABC. I told you the trick. Now, I am coming to the hurt, which is defined under 319 IPC. Dekho, everything is under sequence. 319 IPC. Whoever causes bodily pain, disease, or infirmity to any person. It means, sir, hurt is related with body. Hurt is related with body. I told you, injury involves 4 components. क्या नाम थे? Body, mind, reputation, property. But bodily injury is known as hurt. Any bodily injury means any body pain, any body disease because of this injury, or infirmity. Infirmity is a kind of disability. Infirmity is a kind of disability. If due to bodily injury, if there is there, it is known as hurt. So I can say hurt is a type of injury. There is a body pain, body disease, or infirmity. It is known as hurt. And Dr. Saab, hurt is defined under which IPC? It is 319 IPC. It is 319 IPC. Now, sir, hurt we have discussed 319 IPC. Automatically, the grievous hurt is 320 IPC. Automatically, the grievous hurt is 320 IPC. 320 is a grievous hurt. Very, very potential word. Now, sir, Dr. Saab, grievous hurt क्या होता है? Any kind of hurt which is very, very severe, that is a grievous hurt. Or you will remember this hurt for the whole life. आप जिंदगी भर याद रखोगे कि मारने वाले ने क्या मारा. That would be a grievous hurt. So 319 is a normal hurt, or you can say hurt, and grievous hurt is 320 IPC. What is grievous hurt? First is emasculation. As the name suggests, emasculation means loss of masculine power, loss of erection of penis. Loss of erection of penis, loss of masculine power. This is known as emasculation. Male nahi raha. The loss of erection of penis, loss of masculine power. It may be due to you are cutting the penis or you are cutting the genitalia. Second, castration. And third, any spinal injury or nervous system injury by which your nerve supply of the penis is lost and you lost the emasculation or you lost the masculine power. So, this is the first one, emasculation. First grievous hurt 320 IPC. First part is emasculation. Second is, my dear friend, permanent privation of sight of either eye and hearing of either ear. It means, sir, eyesight, visual impairment, or your hearing of the either ear is lost. There is a problem in the ear. The ossicles are destroyed. Ossicles are dislocated. Injury in the ear. That loss, because of that, hearing is lost. My dear friend, now, in both cases, like your eyesight is 50% loss. your hearing is 50% lost. After this you perform surgery. After this you perform surgery. आपने surgery की and you got your eyesight and hearing back. You got it back. You got your eyesight and hearing back. My dear friend, my question is, your eyesight is now normal. Is it a hurt or grievous hurt? A very, very potential word. It is a grievous hurt. Because this is an artificial recovery, not a natural recovery. So even after hearing is lost and eyesight is lost, you get it by surgery again, you get it. It would be considered as a grievous hurt. So second and third is related with eyesight and hearing. So first emasculation, second eyesight, third hearing. Dhyan rakhna. Now, my dear friend, privation of member or joint. If any joint is amputated, any joint you lost, किसी ने आपका joint cut कर दिया, amputation कर दिया, like any joint, wrist joint, shoulder joint, elbow joint, these are some very, very important. किसी ने आपका joint cut कर दिया. What is member? Any part of the body which has independent function. Independent function. Any part of the body which has independent function. If that is, Doctor Sir, what is the meaning of privation? Privation means lost. Privation is lost. Permanent, as I told you, the privation of this one, permanent privation of the sight of either eye, this loss of the either eyesight and loss of the either ear hearing. Now, loss of the member or joint, any part of the body which has independent function. Now, like your finger, your nose, your ear, these all are finger, nose, toe, ear, these all are member of your body which has some independent function. Or even any organ of the body which has independent function, liver, lung, these are also a member of your body. So if your member of the body is lost, someone has cut this nose and these all will be this. Okay. Even the joint you amputated or cut, wrist, shoulder or elbow you cut, this will be a grievous hurt. Now, my dear friend, if avulsion of nail, if this question is being asked, avulsion of nail is not a grievous hurt, it's a hurt because nail is not a member. Nail is not a member. Nail doesn't have any independent function. So avulsion of nail is not a grievous hurt, it is a grievous hurt. Otherwise, finger, toe and like joint and everything amputated, this will be a grievous hurt. This is permanent privation of joint or member. It's a privation. Fourth. Now, my dear friend, destruction or permanent impairing of power. Doctor Saab, here I am highlighting the word power of any member or joint. Your power has been lost. Your power of the joint and member has been lost. Means the power by which you can raise your arm, the power which you can walk, the power which you can raise your leg, this power is lost because of the problem. You are not able to walk, you are not able to run. This means something is severe. This is because of the hurt, it would be a grievous hurt. Permanent disfiguration of head and face. Doctor Sahab, again I am using a word which is very important. Permanent disfiguration, not a normal disfiguration, permanent disfiguration of face and head. If you have any scar mark left after disfiguration of face and head, this would be a grievous hurt. A very, very simple word is vitriolage. What is a vitriolage? Vitriolage is a different thing. It is acid throwing. It's not punishment I'm talking about. Acid throwing. Acid throwing. I'm not telling the punishment. Punishment I'll discuss later. Acid throwing on the body, on the face and the head. And if there is a permanent scar mark left, my dear friend, if there is a permanent scar mark left, this will be the sixth one of grievous hurt. Doctor Sahab, acid throwing on the face and head. Only this is applicable for face and head. The whole head is involved. Whole head is involved. This is, so if you get a question, vitriolage is punishable. I'll discuss the different IPC, but acid throwing is defined under grievous hurt. Now, fracture and dislocation of bone or tooth. My dear friend, it is not only applicable for bone, but also for tooth. Fracture and dislocation of bone and tooth. Even, my dear friend, hairline fracture of the bone, it also comes under the grievous hurt. This is seventh clause is done. Hairline fracture of the bone, it comes under the grievous hurt. Now, sir, I am coming to the last clause, last one, eighth clause. अभी तक मैंने क्या क्या पढ़ा है? Emasculation, eyesight, hearing, privation of member or joint, 4 हो गए. 5वां, loss of power or destruction or impairment. Number 6, I told you, very very important, permanent disfiguration of face and head. ये ध्यान रखना. 7, fracture or dislocation of bone and tooth. Even hairline fracture is considered as this grievous hurt. Any hurt which endangers the life, any hurt in which your life is in danger, my dear friend, this is known as dangerous injury. This is known as dangerous injury. Why it is known as a dangerous? Because it affects vital parts of the body. Vital parts of the body, like neck, the trachea, arteries, blood vessels. You can see like a heavy stone on the head, stabbing, cutting, firearm. So you can see these all injuries which are affecting vital part of the body and which causes imminent danger to the life. So Dr. Saab, dangerous injury is a part of grievous hurt. Dangerous injury is a grievous hurt. Every grievous hurt is not a dangerous injury. This is a very important word. Every dangerous injury is a grievous hurt, but every grievous hurt is not a dangerous injury. Now, my dear friend, by this injury, if you are in severely body pain for 20 days or more, severely body pain for 20 days or more, it would be a grievous hurt. And unable to follow ordinary pursuit of the life. Dr. Saab, ordinary pursuit of the life means routine work. If you are not able to follow your routine work, eating, sleeping, walking, earning, if this is hampered for 20 days or more, my dear friend, 20 days at least or more, this would be a grievous hurt. 3 component dangerous injury. Number 1, severely body pain for 20 days or more and not able to follow routine work for 20 days or more, it's a grievous hurt. I am asking one question to you. Dhyan se sunna. Hospitalization of 20 days, it is mentioned only. My question is, it is hurt or grievous hurt? Sir, hospitalization doesn't mean that your body pain is there, your routine activity is hampered. If something is not mentioned, you will pick it is at a hurt. Hospitalization doesn't mean body pain, severe body pain or loss of the routine activity. This, or it is hospitalization doesn't mean it's a dangerous injury. So it will be considered as a hurt. Very, very important. Now, sir, I have discussed 319 is a hurt, 320 is a grievous hurt. Now, it is a crime when it is done voluntarily. Now, voluntarily producing hurt, it is definition only. Voluntarily producing hurt, it is 321 IPC. And voluntarily producing grievous hurt, it will be 322 IPC. Very, very important. 321 IPC and 322 IPC. Voluntarily means it is a crime when you done with intention. आप जानबूझ के करते हो, then it is 321 and 322. Now, sir, before going in the punishment, because now I am going to discuss punishment of the grievous hurt and hurt. Before going to the punishment, you should remember what is a dangerous weapon. What is a dangerous weapon? Dangerous weapon are the weapon which are these kind of weapon. Cutting, stabbing, shooting, firing, yes, explosion, bomb explosion, my dear friend. Yes, bomb explosion. And poison. And any weapon causing imminent danger to the life. Any weapon which is causing imminent danger to the life. And even you can add one more word, animal are also dangerous weapon. किसी animal से आप किसी को मारे हो, like dog, snake. If किसी animal से सांड, अगर आपने किसी के पीछे छोड़ दिया, these animal are also dangerous weapon. So a dangerous weapon we'll discuss before the punishment. So till now what I'm telling you, the first is hurt defined 319, 319, grievous hurt 320, voluntarily causing hurt 321, and voluntarily causing grievous hurt 322. Very, very potential. Now I am coming to punishment. Yes. Punishment. Sir, punishment of hurt. Which IPC? Punishment of hurt 323. Punishment of hurt by dangerous weapon 324. Punishment of grievous hurt 325. And punishment of grievous hurt by dangerous weapon 326. Now, how would you remember, sir? I am telling you very simple thing. Chauka chakka 4 and 6. If you want to hit 4 and 6, you require dangerous weapon. So 324 is a hurt by dangerous weapon and 326 is a grievous hurt by dangerous weapon. Now, hurt. Now punishment you can remember, it is 1 year up to 1 year. up to 3 year, correct this, 1 year, this is 3 year maximum, 7 year and 10 year. Now I will give some example. If A slapped B, it's a hurt, it's a non-dangerous, so I'll put in 323. Here punishment is 1 year or 1,000 rupees fine, 1K. Now see, hurt by dangerous weapon. A fired on B, but there was just a scratch. A fired on B, just a scratch. It's a hurt, not a grievous hurt, but it is by dangerous weapon. Punishment up to 3 year. 1 के बाद 3 year आ गया. Now A fired on B. Now A punched on the face of B. Face of the B. There's a fracture of tooth. Fracture of tooth or bone, I told you, a grievous hurt. It is 325. It's a grievous hurt, but it's a non-dangerous weapon. It is just a punch. It's not a dangerous weapon. Now, sir, the last one. A stabbed B. This one. This is a grievous hurt or dangerous injury. And my dear friend, it is grievous hurt by dangerous weapon. Because stabbing, that is imminent danger to the life. This is a dangerous injury, and dangerous injury is a part of grievous hurt. I already told you. That's a very simple explanation I told you. So, Dr. Sahab, याद देखो ऐसे करना. Hurt, normal hurt 323 IPC. Hurt by dangerous weapon, choke up 4, 324. Grievous hurt 325. These all are the punishment, okay? And grievous hurt by dangerous weapon, chakka 6, 326. Choka, chakka, it's by dangerous weapon. Now, sir, 328. It's a different. It is punishment is 10 year. It is hurt and you want to produce harm by using poison. It is 328 IPC. 328 IPC. Hurt by poison. 10 year. Now, Dr. Saab, I already told you the IPC for torture. So, I'm not going in detail. And I'm telling you that the trick to remember torture, TT, 3. Torture, T3O0. So, torture IPC was 330. And then I discussed the IPC that was 331 and 332. That is I discussed in torture. Hurt 331, grievous hurt 332. This I discussed. Anyways, vitriolase. My dear friend, vitriolase is acid throwing. This is known as vitriolase. And 2 IPCs are there, acid attack and acid attempt. Acid attack is 326A and acid attempt is 326B. इसको ऐसे भी याद कर सकते हो, you can remember by this trick. 3 लड़कों ने 2 लड़कों पे 6 छिड़क दिया acid. This is the trick. 3 लड़कों ने 2 लड़कों पे छिड़क दिया acid. This is acid attack. But 3 लड़कों ने 2 लड़कियों पे छिड़का, but लड़कियां बच गई. B4 बच गई. This would be acid attempt. So acid attempt is an attempt, but attack you put acid. This is acid attack. Minimum punishment for 326A IPC, acid attack. This is minimum punishment is 10 years and up to life imprisonment. And here acid attempt, the punishment is up to 7 years. The minimum would be 5 years. 5 to 7. So that's a, these are 2 IPC for vitriolase. These are 2 IPC of vitriolase, acid attack and acid attempt. 3 लड़कों ने 2 लड़कियों पे छिड़का acid, that's acid attack, and बच गई, this would be acid attempt. Okay dear, this is very, very important. Now my dear friend, on provocation, someone is provoking, then you produce the hurt. On provocation, किसी ने आपको गाली दी, then you produce the hurt. Someone abuses, then you produce the hurt, 334 IPC. And after provocation, if you produce the grievous hurt, it would be 335 IPC. So, Dr. Saab, you can remember, see, first was voluntarily producing hurt and grievous hurt. I told you all the IPC from 319 till 328. Now, after provocation, VP, I told you 334 and 335 after provocation. Now, N, I'll tell you negligence, the next IPC will be. So, it means that you can remember by one more trick, VPN. Voluntarily, if you produce hurt and grievous hurt, 319 to 328. Okay. By provocation, it is 334 to 35. And just remember, by negligence, if you produce that. So after provocation, if you produce hurt, it is 334. And after provocation, if you produce grievous hurt, it is 335. Okay. Now I'm coming to by rash and negligence. I already told you voluntarily sabse pehle, voluntarily all the hurt and grievous hurt, then provocation, and then negligence. Okay. Now voluntarily, if you remember, by rash and voluntarily already done, voluntary already done, provocation already done. Now I am coming to the negligence. By negligence of you, someone's life is in danger, 336 IPC punishment. By negligence, if hurt is produced, 337. And by negligence, if grievous hurt is produced, it is 338. Again, I am telling you, my dear friend, by negligence, very, very important, sir. By negligence, if your life is in danger, it is 336. By negligence, if you produce hurt, it is 337. And by negligence, if you produce grievous hurt, it's a 338. So again, I am telling you, voluntarily सबसे पहले जो आपने जानबूझ के किया, that is intentionally. Then provocation, then by negligence. You can remember by a trick VPN, voluntarily, provocation, and negligence. Okay, dear. So these are some very simple trick I told you for IPC. Next, we'll discuss other IPCs. Now, my dear friends, I am coming to one very important IPC, assault. Assault. What is assault? First, see, the IPC for assault is 351. How would you remember, sir? Hindi, I am telling you a trick in the Hindi. 3-5 करके एक लड़के को डरा दिया. 3-5 करके 351. 3-5 करके एक लड़के को डरा दिया. This is a criminal force by which you produce fear. Criminal force by which you produce fear in the opposite party. Now, how would you produce the criminal force? Now, there are 3 methods. One is gesture, like gesture. This is first criminal force, it's a gesture. Second is any kind of preparation. Any kind of preparation, yeah, like you are putting bullet in the weapon, you are preparing with the knife, this is any kind of preparation. Or any kind of word. Chal bahar aate ko dekhta hu. It's a kind of threatening you can see. So my dear friend, it's a very simple. These all come under assault. Even staring. Sir, aise aap stare bhi karte ho. Even staring comes under assault. Because if someone gets fear, this is known as assault. यहाँ डरना जरूरी है. If the person gets fear, this is assault. 3-5 करके एक लड़के को डरा दिया. 351. That's very simple. My dear friend, examination of patient by doctor without consent. If a doctor is examining without consent, it is a kind of fear the patient will get. This would be 351 IPC. That would be assault. That would be assault. So assault is any kind of criminal force by which the opposite party gets fear. जिससे सामने वाले को डर लग जाए. 351. Now, my dear friend, I am coming to one assault which is an indecent assault. As the name suggests, indecent means you are doing indecency with female. This is only for female. It is only for female. Indecency with female. And I'll discuss the punishment for indecent assault in 354 IPC. Look, sir, how would you remember? The trick is very simple. What is decent? What is a normal order? 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. That's a normal order. This is descent. 3, 4, 5. This is normal descent. Okay. But you can see 3, 5, 4. It is not a normal descent. It is indecent. That's a very simple trick. 354 IPC for indecency. 4, it is for female. F for 4. F4, it is for female. And my dear friend, you are outraging the modesty of female. आप female का modesty, you are outraging the modesty of female. This would be indecent assault. Female का मान भंग कर रहे हो. You are outraging the modesty of female. Now, sir, all indecent offenses are cognizable. First question. When you do it first time, these are bailable. And when you do or repeat in the second time, these are non-bailable. That's very simple. All are cognizable. What is the meaning of cognizable? Arrest without warrant. All the indecent assault are cognizable. And Dr. Saab, indecent assault we can divide in 4 categories: 354A, 354B, 354C, and 354D. I'll give some trick to remember. 354 is not a decent, it's an indecent. Okay, simple. Sir. Now, sir, sexual harassment. What trick you will use here? Sexual harassment. There are so many A in harassment. It is 354A IPC. Sexual harassment. Sexual harassment punishment 1 year to 5 years with or without fine, it is a sexual harassment. 354A. Sexual harassment, like you are doing some wrong act with female, a boss sexually harassing secretary, touching the buttocks, showing something which is not good or indecent. This all comes under sexual harassment. It may be by word, it may be by gesture, it is showing something. These all come under sexual harassment. Boss and secretary, there can be sexual harassment case. Very simple example. 354B, it's a public disrobing. That's a very simple trick. B is equal to B. It is removal of the clothes. Removal of the cloth. This is known as public disrobing in public place. So it is 354B. It is punishment is 3 years, may extend to the 7 year and fine. 3 to 7 years. So first, and Dr. again I am telling you, if you are doing in second time, it will be non-bailable also. So this is 354A. The trick is A, sexual harassment. A. B, it's a disrobing. That's a very simple trick we have done. Now I am coming to C. Now what is C? How would you remember 354C? If you see someone that is watching, that's a trick. V for watching, it's a V for voyeurism. If you see someone that is like naked, nude, or involved in the sexual activity, that is known as 354C. Here, punishment is 1 to 3 years and repeat offense 3 to 7 years. Very, very important. 1 to 3, 3 to 7. 1 to 3, 3 to 7. So here main C is the third alphabet, 3 year, 1 to 3, then 3 year, 3 to 7. Simple. 354D, the trick is simple, sir. लड़की के पीछे दौड़ना. D for दौड़ना. The following a girl by any means, my dear friend. It is by physical mean, it is by telephone, it is by mobile. If you are following a female, tracing a female, this is stalking. My dear friend, stalking is punishment 3 years. 354D. A, harassment. B, being, removal of the clothes. C, voyeurism. D, दौड़ना, stalking. That's a very simple one. You can get a question. Second time non-bailable, first time bailable, but always cognizable. हमेशा cognizable होंगे. But it is only for female. If female does all these things to the male, there is no indecent assault. मतलब female male के साथ करे तो indecent assault नहीं है. There is no IPC for that. Kidnapping and abduction, my dear friend. How would you remember? Sir? Very simple trick I'm going to give you. Kidnapping, kidnapping. My dear friend, kidnapping is defined under 359 IPC. Kidnapping from India, it is 360 IPC. Simple, sir. Kidnapping from lawful guardianship means a boy below 16 and a girl below 18 taken away from parents or lawful guardianship, 361. That's the definition. And kidnapping punishment, 363 IPC, punishment 7 years. So I told you 4 things. 359 is a normal definition of kidnapping. Dr. Sir, 360 is a kidnapping from India. 361 is a kidnapping from lawful guardianship. Boy below 16, girl below 18. I'll discuss it. It's a boy below 16, girl below 18. And kidnapping punishment 363 IPC. इसको थोड़ा डिटेल में डिस्कस करते हैं. Kidnapping, kid को उठा के ले गए. You are taking away the kid. So, Dr. Saab, a main important factor of kidnapping is, I am coming to kidnapping. Boy below 16 and girl below 18 taken away from legal or lawful guardianship, it's a kidnapping. Sir, in abduction, how would you remember? B is the second alphabet. So here I am highlighting 362. B is the second alphabet. Abduction is defined under 362. Here, no age or age is not a limitation. So if you are a minor, boy below 16 and a girl below 18 taken away from lawful guardianship, it is a kidnapping. No age, above 18 you can say. Above 18, if you are doing something, you are like, I'm giving example of abduction. See, it's very simple example. On gunpoint, you are taking one person from one place to another place, or you are confining in some place. आप किसी को एक कमरे में बंद कर दो. After 18, it would be abduction. Now, sir, it is lawful. You are taking away because the minors are in lawful guardianship. So here It is under the lawful guardianship you are taking away, but it is lawful guardianship, doesn't matter because it is above 18 years of age. Force, compulsion and deceitful means, my dear friend, forceful, compulsion and deceitful mean that is seen in abduction, it is not seen in kidnapping. Force, compulsion and deceitful means. Aapne forcefully, like you have put a person in a room forcefully after 18 years of age, it's abduction. 362. Abduction is defined under 362. How would you remember? B, second alphabet, 362. Remaining are kidnapping. 359, 360, 361, 363. Now, sir, abduction, consent and intention. Sir, my dear friend, kidnapping is for minor, boy below 16 and girl below 18. So consent doesn't matter. Consent doesn't matter. It is immaterial. So consent and intention, that is immaterial in kidnapping, but sir, it is very, very important in abduction. Intention. It is very, very important in abduction. Yes or no, my dear friend? So consent, it is without consent in abduction. It is without consent in abduction, and it can be a wrong intention. I told you it can be the deceitful mean. So here the intention can be wrong. So it is without consent. Here consent doesn't matter, immaterial. In kidnapping, consent is immaterial. Mahatva nahi rakhti, it doesn't have any importance. But here consent and intention is having importance in abduction. So this abduction could be leading murder. This abduction could, like there are few more IPC. Murder, if abduction is leading murder, that is a 364 punishment. So abduction is punishable according to your intention. What do you want to do? If you want to kill someone, there will be different IPC, punishment 364. If you want to marry someone, there will be 366 IPC. That's a different. So abduction, that can be by different intention. That can be by different intention. But consent is immaterial for kidnapping. So these are some IPC. Punishment of abduction depends on the next process. Next process, what you want to do. That is murder or marry someone, producing grievous hurt. These all are different motive. So motive is different in abduction. Rape, I already told you, my dear friend. Very, very simple. Definition 375. Punishment 376. Unnatural sexual offense 377. I told you the trick 377. 377. तीन लोग साथ साथ कुछ कर रहे हैं, that will be unnatural. That's very simple. 377. We already discussed. Now, Dr. few more IPC. 498A. Cruelty by husband or in-laws family. That's a cruelty by husband or in-laws family, by mother-in-law, by father-in-law, or what some other in-laws. This is punishable. This cruelty can be physical, and this cruelty can be mental. Physical or mental cruelty. Very, very important. Physical or mental cruelty by husband or in-laws, the punishable under 498A IPC. 4 no 8. Okay. Okay. Very simple. 509 is insulting the modesty of woman, my dear friend. I told you the outraging the modesty, it is 354. 354. Insulting the modesty. If you are insulting the modesty, like you are staring, you are giving whistle, city maar rahe ho, ghur rahe ho, that is insulting the modesty of woman. 509 IPC. Are yes or no, my dear friend? It is 509 IPC. Any misconduct or public nuisance after drinking alcohol. It is 510 IPC. How would you remember, sir? After drinking alcohol, 5 become 10. It becomes, everything become double. That's a very simple trick. शराब पीने के बाद हर चीज double हो जाती है. That is a very simple trick. After drinking 5 become 10. It is punishable under 510 IPC. Before 510, 509, it is related with female. तो डॉक्टर साहब ऐसे याद रखना, insulting a female is 509. It's less severe. But misconduct or public nuisance after alcohol, 510. That's a very simple trick. Any physical or mental cruelty by husband or in-laws family comes under 498A IPC. It is 498A IPC. So, my dear friend, this is all about a very, very important chapter. I told you all the tricks to remember IPC. This is a very important chapter. Most of the people find it very difficult to remember the IPC, but I told you the trick. So, unforgettable tricks are there. Good luck.